Ladies and gentlemen, you are responsible for your actions, so please take your time. Make sure you're doing it right if you're attempting this one yourself. You have any questions down below? Post down below. This is a removal of the Shih Tzu system, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to take care of it. Rotai is an exercise machine for your feet. It also massages with Shih Tzu balls. This has been worn out. That's how much use, more than I use my bicycle. Got many miles on it. What we're going to be doing today is opening this up. There are 8 screws on each of the pedals. We're going to see if we can get rid of the Shih Tzu, which is a gear that massages the bottom of your feet all the time. And maybe put some type of material in here so this way the feet doesn't fall into the hole. All the way around with the Phillips screwdriver, start with one of the holes and loosen. Work your way around and then take all of them out. We're going to try a drill and gently unscrew. Speed the operation up. Carefully take each of the screws out and place to the side. If you need to magnetize your driver, this is what the tool's for. If you're having trouble with 4 of them, put your hands over. Okay, make sure they all come out. Put all the screws to the side away. And carefully look over. There may be 2 screws here holding it to the wheel and underneath. With the 564, you're going to take the wheel off. Place back on. Don't lose. And it's a good time to now clean your wheel of all the gunk, grease it up, and lubricate. On here, there's a notch, 2 Phillips. Unscrew by hand. They are loose. Place to the side. Now the cover should be able to come off, and a lot of cleaning is involved. It is a belt-driven unit. And in here, this is where you're going to now disassemble this particular unit and discard to the side. For what I am doing on one wheel, you're going to be doing it again on the other wheel. And then you'll have a completed system that no longer has this Shih Tzu involving your feet. If this is a modification that you are looking for to disassemble and disregard the mechanism. Give you a close-up look at what's happening here. You have a lot of lint and dust. It comes through the fabrication that may be replaceable from the factory, but not publicly available for replacement parts. If your unit stops working, as you can see, we have a belt and more. We're going to clean up, take the screws out, remove, and close up. Cleaning up. Before going out and removing all these screws, this one here, when you take off, must go back on because it controls onto the bar. So we're going to unscrew and then come and unscrew with the drill. Place to the side. We can grease this area up for movement. We're going to slip the belt off. And reapply. Tighten everything up the way it was. Don't over tighten. Now we're going to remove. We're going to put everything back in so we don't lose it. We want to make sure nothing rattles when we put everything back on. Now in this area here, we have a hole. And we have a seal, a ring. So what we need to do is either take this off, put a piece of cardboard, cushion, carpet, whatever you have to make this a better platform, and close it up with the screws. So we're going to remove the 8 screws, the 10 screws that is. From underneath, I'm going to push up a little, take the screws out, put to the side, make sure I didn't miss any, and lift off. I have a template now so I can make up a new part and place on. Like so. An inner sole. That is the answer to the piece of material. Find an inner sole, take this all apart, and put one in like so. It's just amazing of what you have that will work for you. An inner sole, indeed. Look at the material. And we'll do the other one and have a final thoughts about the machine. And a hole punch. Now you're just going to have to simply figure out how to get this on, make your marking, and do your punching. Your holes are punched out. Make sure you take your time because each of these pieces They got a kind of a way they go. This way you don't need the cardboard anymore. And just put down the screws again. And now everything is all complete. I'm simply going to now close up and put everything back the way it was. I'm going to match up, making sure everything gets closed. I'm going to put everything back the way I've taken it off, one step at a time. Don't over-tighten plastic screws. Make them just tight enough that they grip exactly the way you had them off. The only one that was super duper tight was the whale. And that uses one of these things called a 564, as you can see. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to stick in slide through, and place on. Use something that is small in diameter to get back on. And retighten. If you have blue Loctite, you could put blue Loctite. You don't have to over tighten down and use another 564 wrench to get your wheel on there tight. Don't make it super tight because it won't spin, as you can see. Place in all your screws. Work on one side at a time. Hold. Adjust your wrench so it doesn't over tighten. And congratulations. Turn over. You're done. Now you got something just with a little cushion. And if this is going to bother you, put a piece of carpet, cut around, put it in a sole. The change out wasn't too bad. It got done pretty quickly. And that is with the inner sole versus the original. And you can see the big difference. Now, it may just go a little bit of a bellow, but it won't have these gears now causing an issue to my mom's feet. And there you have it. We're going to see what it feels like. Let you know in a few seconds. So as you can see, Mom loves her Rotai and she uses a manual one until this machine is fixed. If you're looking for someone that runs on the machine hours on end, she'll be more than happy to review your product.
The Ellipitical, the Rotai, is a wonderful machine. It's great for neuropathy. It has really helped my feet and my legs to get the circulation moving, and I don't suffer like I used to. My feet don't fall asleep anymore. The blood is just circulating. It's a great machine.
And there you go. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm taking a piece of cardboard. I could really take a scissors and I could cut this out. And that's my temporary fix to make something a little hard underneath the feet with still the cushion to work. So we have the product all taken care of. And what are the magic words?
Oh, it's nice. Perfect. Perfect.
What's happening when you're pedaling? You see some generation of power of the dashes. The modification of before, which is the before foot,
The left,
and which is the after foot.
the right.
And what do you feel?
It's very comfortable. I don't have that ball in the arch behind me.
And there you have it. On a wooden floor, it doesn't move around. On a ceramic floor, put a rubber mat.
And also, when it's plugged into the electric, it goes by itself. So you don't have any pressure on you.
So there you go. This little ball here, it goes up and down like this, manually. No way to shut it off. It's an automatic manual. The only way to get rid of it is in my hands. The modification, I would say, took me 30 minutes to do. Taking my time. Skill level 2, for the reason of cut out an inner sole, make some precise hole cuts, and off you go. Nothing difficult. 8 screws. The wheel must come off. That was the hardest. And then the ring, the belt, and then everything goes together very quickly. I hope you enjoyed this modification review of the Rotai machine. Thank you for viewing. The modification, I would say, took me 30 minutes to do. Taking my time. Skill level 2, for the reason of cut out an inner sole, make some precise hole cuts, and off you go. Nothing difficult. 8 screws. The wheel must come off. That was the hardest. And then the ring, the belt, and then everything goes together very quickly. I hope you enjoyed this modification review of the Rotai machine. Thank you for viewing. Ladies and gentlemen, you are responsible for your actions, so please take your time. Make sure you're doing it right if you're attempting this one yourself. You have any questions down below? Post down below. This is a removal of the Shih Tzu system, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to take care of it.